Viewers of CBC Television, you're welcome to the news presented by Yvette Jima. Our lead stories. The 79th commencement ceremony of CBTS Ndu has taken place, presided at by the Reverend Gala Godlove. The senior pastor of Nkwen Baptist Church, Reverend Dr. Ginny Edward, has retired after 31 years of faithful ministry. These stories will be developed shortly. Stay with us. The 79th commencement ceremony of the Cameroon Baptist Theological Seminary in Ndu has taken place. The event was presided over by the Reverend Dr. Ngala Godlove, the director of the TCED department representing the CBC executive president. Our correspondent, Samari Francis, tells us more.
First Baptist Church Ndu was a center of attraction as more than 1,000 people poured out from different villages and cities of Cameroon came to witness the 79th solemn graduation ceremony organized by the Cameroon Baptist Theological Seminary Ndu campus under the auspices of the executive president of the Cameroon Baptist Convention, represented by Reverend Dr. Ngala Godlove.
It has been a very solemn occasion. Going through the graduation ceremony for the Cameroon Baptist Theological Seminary here in Ndu. It is solemn because it is not just a time where we hold grant certificates and 10 tassels. It's been a moment where God is actually using to deploy his laborers into his own harvest. And God is using this institution to do just that. And whenever one is part of this ceremony, it's always a blessing to be part of what God is doing.
The occasion was colored by the presence of the CBC chairman by name Mr. Congo John, the General Secretary Emeritus Reverend Peter Nyumlo, the message that was heralded by Reverend Dr. Ncham Corwil under the title Knowing God and Advancing His Mission from Daniel 11:31-35. In his opening statement, he said graduation is not the end of spiritual formation, but the beginning of stewardship. The school graciously graduated 16 laureates from the Women's Vocational Training Institute, 11 from the Diploma of Theology and Music concentrations, 24 from the Bachelor of Arts, and 7 from the Masters of Arts in variable concentrations.
I'm very happy to be in CBTS. Coming from Nigeria as an international student, it has been one of the good things for me to study in CBTS, and I'm very happy to be one of the graduating students today. I can really say CBTS is a good place to be.
The occasion ended with scholarship awards, a response from the laureates, and a benediction by the preacher.
The Okufield pastor, Reverend Kenneth Diashus, has been inducted by the TCED director, Reverend Dr. Ngala Godlove. The induction service was covered by our Okufield correspondent, Kenko Kalin.
It was a remarkable day as the inducted pastor is the first non-indigenous of Oku to serve the field throughout her 70 years of existence. The executive president's representative, Reverend Ngala Godlove, was present and carried out the induction rites. His text of meditation was 1 Peter 5:1-5 as he tagged its pastoring God's people. In his sermon, he stated the role and responsibility of the pastor, his reward and the response expected from the people. During the induction rites, Reverend Kenneth Diashus expressed his willingness to shepherd God's flock as an accountable steward to the chief shepherds. He was officially presented to the people by the executive president's representative and the field minister's chairman, graced by a welcome meal from the church. This was followed by gift presentation from the ministers, invited guests, and all the churches of the field.
Actually, before this time, it was really cumbersome because there were so many things to put together. And right now, I'm so elated. Finally, I've been inducted as the Okufield pastor, like I said in church.
First non-indigenous field pastor for Oku, and it is a groundbreaking kind of event.
After a moment of jubilation and thanksgiving to God, the inducted field pastor heartily thanked the entire population for the wonderful love expressed towards him and his family. He promised to work hand in glove with the people to advance God's kingdom in Okuland.
The senior pastor of Ukraine Baptist Church, Reverend Dr. Ginny Edward, has retired after 31 years of faithful ministry. The service took place on the 7th of June at Ukraine Baptist Church. Emanuela Moni was there for CBC Television.
Senior citizen, as he is fondly called by friends and colleagues, Reverend Dr. Njini retired in grand style. It was a day filled with joy and gratitude, and Queen Baptist Church, as members of the congregation, church leaders, family, friends, and well-wishers gathered to celebrate a man who has served for 31 years in God's vineyard.
It's not easy to have somebody part away with whom you have been working for this quite a long time. So it's really an emotional period for me. He is somebody who actually picked up upon the gospel and served. He didn't dilute anything in the gospel, and he stood for the gospel and spoke facts. And if there were things that were commanded in the scripture, he took them that way. If there were things that were not commanded, that is when you can go to voting.
Reverend Dr. Njini Edward, in his leadership, played an important role in nurturing and strengthening the Queen Baptist Church family and the surrounding community.
Within these 18 years, the tiles were put on the floor of this church, the ceiling. Then we also came out with a borehole, which we have been giving water to the community free of charge since 2016. You need to come around the church within this period that the road constructions are going on and the water scarcity. You find a number of people carry water from here. In fact, at a certain time, people used to leave station and come to carry water from here. So it has been very impactful on the community.
The key message highlighted throughout the event was the importance of celebrating people while they are still alive.
I must say that I'm so filled with joy today, attending the retirement service of Reverend Ginny Edward of Queen Baptist Church. Having put in 18 years of faithful ministry in this congregation, I think and believe that it is right to celebrate those who have served faithfully while they are still alive.
Beyond his accomplishments in ministry, those who have worked closely with him speak even more personally about his impact.
Reverend Ginny is an exemplary pastor and a senior brother to many. We have enjoyed a working relationship with him over the years, and he's a serious mentor to many younger ministers who are still coming as he retires home to now stay back as a coach, coaching many young ministers as they continue ministry and trusting God that someday we also get to retire and retire happily.
Church leaders also used the occasion to encourage Christians to support the welfare and retirement preparation of their pastors, as Reverend Shadrach Vega preached on the title, "Retirement is a Blessing and Not a Curse," drawn from Numbers 8:23-26. Reverend Dr. Ginny Edwards' impact, sacrifice, and selfless service were fittingly recognized through a Boys Brigade display, choir ministrations, and a special song and poem composed in his honor. After more than 18 years of leading from the front and Queen Baptist Church, he now enters a new chapter, leading from the back as a mentor, encourager, and a source of wisdom to younger ministers and the wider Christian community.
Some Christians of Ukraine Baptist Church react to Reverend Ginny's retirement. They spoke to CBC Television.
He has served so faithfully in our church. I'm missing him. I'm missing his leadership. And my prayer is that God is going to bless him and that the church will continue to grow and grow and grow, even more than he has left us now. He's been with us for 18 years, and it's been 18 years of exploit for the kingdom. And we are so happy for him.
wish him good rest. And we know that resting will not really be that rest, because he is like a counselor. People will still be going to him, but at least he will have some time to rest. So we wish him good rest and long life, and so that he will take care of his own grandchildren too.
Leaders and Christians of Bamenda Field of the Cameroon Baptist Convention have reflected and deliberated on the way forward for the field. This was during the Field Council of Churches meeting, which took place at Nkwen Baptist Church. Emanuela Moni once more.
During the meeting at the Baptist Center in Nkwen Bamenda, achievements and ongoing challenges faced by Nkwen Association and other associations of Bamenda Field were highlighted.
Last FCC was the first FCC of the year. I was more on planning, budgeting, and projecting for 2026. Here, now standing in June, we can look back and say God has been gracious to us. He has helped us to not realize up to 50% of our budget, but we are optimistic that there is progress.
Key topics included financial updates, project fundraising, preparations for the upcoming Bible conference, and plans for seminary visits in 2027. Christians and church leaders also discussed restructuring efforts within Nkwen Association and plans for upcoming ordination exams.
The church is a heritage we have received, and we must guard it in such a way that we pass down to succeeding generations the same church that we received. And so I have the responsibility to ensure that the doctrinal purity of our church is maintained. As a CBC, we have a doctrinal statement. We have documents that guide us. I ensure that churches adhere to CBC doctrines.
Reverend Richard Apongde emphasized the importance of living the gospel of peace, drawing inspiration from Ephesians 2:14-18. He urged believers to foster unity, reconciliation, and peaceful coexistence within their communities, reminding everyone that Christ remains the true source of peace.
The Cameroon Baptist Convention has officially launched the annual board meetings. The Education Board members are deliberating and charting way for the department. Blessing Sekri Wehi tells us more.
The Education Department of the Cameroon Baptist Convention has taken the lead in the 2026 June board sessions, an exercise that will subsequently be replicated across all the 10 departments of the convention, are designed to evaluate achievements, assess challenges, and chart the way forward for more effective service delivery and institutional growth. Discussions during this meeting were centered on academic quality, infrastructural development, and the implementation of policies to strengthen the education department institutions. Board members were excited with the steady growth that is visible in the department.
It's a success story, and looking at where we are heading to in the next 5 years, I don't know sincerely the education department will be somewhere.
God's hand was in this meeting. Everybody was talking. Even those who were not talking were nodding their heads. So that shows how we all are interested.
I wish to say that the board members were really impressed at the developments going on in the department and how we are transforming our infrastructure. In the past, many look at the education department as if it is dying.
Noteworthy is the fact that the June 2026 Education Board meeting was an electoral one, as it marked the end of the first mandate of the current Education Secretary, Dr. Naphthalene Achobang Atanga. To this effect, elections were conducted during the meeting to determine the next Education Secretary who will pilot the affairs of the department in the coming years. The successful meeting ended with strategic recommendations, appointments, and transfer proposals to lay a solid groundwork for a successful academic year 2026-2027.
The Cameroon Baptist Convention Men's General Council has taken place at the CBC headquarters in Queen Bamenda. The meeting was chaired by Mr. Alapa George. The men's director, Reverend Jago Richard, presented a report highlighting Vision 2030, the Men's Retreat Center, and a host of activities. The director of the Communication and the Publication Department of the Cameroon Baptist Convention, Dr. Emmanuel Wolokombua, was present to talk about CBC television project. The CBC Men's Department Director, Reverend Jago Richard, talked about Vision 2030 and the Men's Retreat Center.
The main focus of today's council meeting was mainly resource mobilization. We noticed that most of our fellowship men in the field, they have not actually grabbed this aspect. And this aspect is found in our Vision 2030, page 31. And we're trying to encourage council members to be able to study this. It was actually a lesson that we studied and then take to our different fellowships in our different fields, so that they should know how we mobilize resources for the CBC MD.
Thanks for watching the news on CBC Television, presented by Yvert Jima. Stay tuned.